Now to a major breakthrough in the mysterious cases of 4 murdered Muslim men in New Mexico. A suspect has now been charged in 2 of those killings.
Police arrested 51-year-old Muhammad Syed yesterday. They say he knew the victims to some extent. Police are still investigating the other 2 murders, but they say Syed remains a top suspect in those cases. NBC News Digital reporter Alicia Victoria Lozano joins us now. Can you talk to us about what led police to Syed?
Hi, thanks for having me. So this was really a Muslim community-led effort. A lot of people here in Albuquerque pulled together, called in tips to the police, and that is what led to police finding the vehicle at the suspect's home. Now, when they went to execute a search warrant, they saw the suspect drive off, and they actually followed him more than 100 miles outside Albuquerque. He was arrested in Santa Rosa, about 115 miles away. Around that same time, police were able to find firearms within his home that were tied to at least 2 of the murders. However, they also found more firearms within his vehicle as well. Now, yesterday, the police chief and ATF, FBI came together to tell us a little bit more about the investigation. Let's hear what they have to say.
To the Muslim community, a big thank you. Over the past year, I've made it a point to ensure that we built an ambassador program that focused on ensuring that all members of the community had an ear that would hear their voice within the Albuquerque Police Department. You put faith in us, you trusted us, you passed information on to us that was crucial, and that led for us to being able to make an arrest in this case.
So as you could see there, this is really a moment where the community came together and was able to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. However, the investigation is ongoing and police are working to see what connection the current suspect might have to 2 of the other murders that he has not been charged with yet.
You know, Alicia, I've been listening to some of the reporting coming out of New Mexico and really how the Muslim community is responding to this. I heard one woman say that it reminds her of the days post 9/11 when she was so ashamed, so worried about how people were going to react to finding out that this was, in fact, a member inside the community. What are members there telling you?
Well, we actually have a statement from CARE, the Center on American Islamic Relations, and let me read that to you. Although we are waiting to learn more about these crimes, we are disturbed by early indications that the alleged killer may have been targeting particular members of the Shia community. If this is true, it is completely unacceptable, and we encourage law enforcement to file any appropriate hate crime charges against the suspect. So as you can see there is still some investigating going on in terms of the motives. Now, yesterday, police wouldn't comment too much about that, but I can tell you that members of the Muslim community here in Albuquerque did, in fact, breathe a sigh of relief yesterday. At least one of the victim's brothers told us that now he can sleep better at night. While this isn't complete closure, it does feel like at least a slight return to normal. However, I also spoke with another victim's brother, and this is the brother of the very first victim who was killed in November. Now, no one has been charged in that murder, and the brother yesterday did tell me that he is still very upset. He was very happy for at least the 2 families that might have a little bit of closure thanks to these immediate charges, but there is still a feeling that we don't know the complete story, and there is still a feeling of fear. There are a lot of people here who don't intend to continue participating in services, so this is really an ongoing heartbreak here in Albuquerque.
All right, NBC News Digital reporter Alicia Lozano. Thank you so much, Alicia.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.